South Bend, Indiana has developed a fascinating trail system that connects the entire city. That system has been built out from the blue stem of the city running south to north, the St. Joseph River. Making the trail system complete is the South Bend Bicycle Network that generally runs east to west. The bicycle network includes separated trails, striped bicycle lanes, signed shared lanes in the street, and wide shoulders. Today, we are traveling along the developed trail system that follows the river upstream, beginning north of the Indiana East-West Toll Road, and includes the Riverside Trail, the East Bank Rail Trail, and then the Northside Trail that connects to the delightful Mishawaka Riverwalk Loop Trail. Our journey begins at Darden Road and State Road 933, also called North Dixie Way. We travel west 1 mile to the first hint of the history of the place, the Darden Street Pedestrian Bridge that crosses the St. Joseph River. The Historic Preservation Commission of South Bend and St. Joseph County led efforts to save this former bridge and adapt it for pedestrian and bicycle use. The bridge is located at the north end of the Riverside Trail that runs along the west side of the river. We had a chance to talk to trail advocate, planner, and visionary Don Sporleader, Professor Emeritus in Architecture at Notre Dame University.
Can you tell us more about your work in historical preservation?
Yes, and there I wish my wife were out here, because she too is an architect. But she is a long-time architect historian on the South Bend, St. Joseph County Historic Preservation Board. But just going back, and after we came to Notre Dame, we became involved, and it was with Ruth Price and my wife Joanne. We were activists in putting together some of the concerns to preserve things. And in fact, some of that early work was involved with gaining enabling legislation within the state of Indiana to make it possible for preservation commissions to come online. And then, as I noted, Joanne then carried through as architect historian on the St. Joseph County South Bend Preservation Commission, and serving for quite a number of years. But ties in directly with rail trail development, because I do have to note that she had one involvement with a major thing, the old Market Street Bridge, which is down on the Colfax site. That was a bridge that was floated down the river and used as a roadway bridge at Darden Road for a long time. But when a new road bridge was constructed, my wife was very active in gaining the preservation of the old Darden Road Bridge, and it now has life as a bike pedestrian crossing. It's used every day. So great to see that come about.
Biking south on the Riverside Trail, we follow the west bank of the St. Joe, crossing under the Indiana Toll Road and through the water treatment plant. West of the trail, to your right, is Pinhook Park, a 42-acre city park that includes a community center, playgrounds, and a wetland surrounded on 3 sides by a lake. The meandering trail includes several overlooks where the river and natural areas, such as the Bick Nature Preserve and Heron Rookery, a living and nesting area for birds, can be viewed. The trail continues through Keller Park, where almost 17 acres of natural riverbank is preserved as public parkland. The 3.4-mile Riverside Trail ends at Angela Boulevard, where a new roundabout has recently been built to control all traffic. The River Trail system crosses the river at Angela Boulevard to link to the East Bank Rail Trail, the first rail trail in Indiana established in 1988. Crossing the river and traveling east, we share Angela Boulevard with vehicles for almost a half mile before turning south onto the rail trail. Be aware of the steep incline up from the river where walking your bike is recommended. Thanks to railroad design and engineering, your hill climb is quickly rewarded by the gentle slope of the East Bank Trail running back down to the river. Here you are in the vibrant heart of the city. You can cross the first waterway bridge and follow the boardwalk trail along the east bank of the St. Joe, taking you under LaSalle and Colfax Avenues. From the boardwalk, great views can be had of the Century Center, South Bend's Convention Center, and its associated 11-acre island park featuring the new permanent tensile membrane-covered shelter. Mark de Severo sculpture, Keepers of the Fire, which was installed in 1980 along the St. Joe River. Adjacent to the sculpture, in the water, is South Bend's fish ladder, which is used by trout and salmon to reach spawning beds further upstream. The East Bank Trail runs along both sides of the raceway, providing excellent viewing of the races and white water competitions held there. To continue our journey, we leave the island and continue south on the East Bank. We travel under the Jefferson Boulevard Bridge and we enter Howard Park. In Howard Park, a half-mile-long pedestrian bridge reconnects you to the west side of the river. At Howard Park, you can get a sense of the history and beauty of South Bend through the series of historic bridges beginning here and running east to Mishawaka and the Logan Street Bridge. After the Twickenham Bridge, the East Bank Trail ends and the Northside Trail begins. After crossing the Twickenham Bridge, we are in the IU South Bend campus, which spans the river and is connected by a new pedestrian bridge that links to the South Bend campus bike path. Crossing the Ironwood Bridge to the north bank, we continue east along the shared path along Pleasant Street for 1/4 mile to 26th Street, and then head south. We connect to the newly opened missing link of the Northside Trail that ends at Logan Street. From the Logan Street Bridge, we connect to the beautiful 2.5-mile-long Mishawaka Riverwalk Loop Trail. Located on a former industrial site just east of the 100 Center Historic Complex and designed by the leading landscape architecture firm in Indiana, the Riverwalk runs along both sides of the St. Joe River. It begins at the historic Logan Street Bridge and runs east to the Mishawaka Dam. The trail transects Kate's Garden, Cam Island, and Buter Park along the south bank, and Battelle, Ball Band Memorial, and Central Parks to the north. Two bridges offer off-street, cross-river pedestrian connections. From the dam running west, a spillway and a series of designed terraced ponds provide up-close water encounters and provide the perfect natural sound to drown out the noise of the city. Design details of the loop trail include benches, seating areas, small gathering spaces, and year-round planting beds, adding to the urban feel of the place. Reminding you that you are in a modern park, two metal sculptures provide the terminus of park views, one at the east end of Buter Park and the other at the south overlook of the dam.
But the important thing is to be able to see the missing links in a comprehensive trail system, really come to be filled. So that's one major push. And then the integration with linkages, from community to community, from state to state. The other thing that I find so encouraging is to be able to see the development come to life with many other people pushing and carrying forward the trail goals to make places that are really usable for people, and that's important. That's what we are so happy to see come about.